Okay, so one thing that I feel like needs to be said and understood is sports media needs to stay in their lane. And I see this happen a lot. And I watch a lot of sports media, I play sports, and I participate in and understand the four pillars. I'm going to explain them real quick. There's four pillars of sports knowledge and credibility here. All right. There's number one is I actually play in the league right now. So for example, I play in the NBA right now. Number two is I used to play in the league. So and I say the credibility lessens because if you used to play in the league, yeah, you used to play league, but sometimes you kind of forget how it is, and it might not be the same as when you played, but you still have a lot of credibility. Three is I play the sport, but not in the league. So whether you play pickup, college, high school, you're able to talk about it in a much more credible way than four, which I feel like is so far away from the other three. Four is I don't play the sport at all right now or recently, and all I do is just watch and talk about it. Okay? And I'm telling you this because I've been in this zone and entered this zone recently with basketball. I went from only watching it on TV and yada yada to actually playing it locally in real life. And I'm telling you, it's a lot different. It's a lot different than you think. Like it's hard. It's kind of hard to explain, but like it's just like there's a lot that goes into it, and it's a lot of skill involved, even in a pickup local league level. Like there's players that will make you look silly that don't play at all. Absolutely no doubt about it. Because I'm pretty athletic. I've said this in other videos, and I no one really makes me look silly, but there's definitely players that if you don't play, they'll make you look silly. They'll score more than you. They'll do this more than you. Like they'll look way better than you. Okay, and I think sports media and owners and things like that, they gotta stay in their lane sometimes. And I think when you're in this zone too, you kind of like feel like you're in these zones. You kind of feel like you know as much as these zones, but you really don't. So like the Stephen A's is in that zone. I think a lot of sports media, sports broadcasters are in the zone because it's hard to do these other ones at the same time. Like it's obviously hard to be a current NBA player and big in sports media. It's hard to be a former NBA player and be in sports media only because like these sports media people have dedicated way more time and effort, and they're probably better at it than they are at playing. And the people that play are probably better at it than the sports media. So it's like a credibility thing, and these have more credibility, but sometimes sports media likes to slip, like I said, into this lane here. They believe they're in this lane, and they're really like in this lane. They're not even in this lane because I've seen, like I said, I think there's a huge gap between this lane and that lane, and I see it happen time and time again. Like I said, I think the bubble championship is a good example of that. Most people that saying it doesn't count are in this lane. Owners, heard Daryl Morey talk about it. Owners and sports media, and I'm kind of like these players in the NBA. My take, and after having played, because I was kind of like maybe even on the fence. I was kind of maybe on the fence of the bubble championship, and I'll talk about that in another video. But after having actually really played basketball, I realized like, okay, like these guys are really good at basketball because there's a like these NBA players are like incredible at basketball. Like they're really, really that good. Because like I play people locally that are really, really good that have no chance of making the NBA or even a college D1 college team. All right, so like the level is so far than you can imagine here. And when you get here, you kind of forget. You become delusional. You become delusional. Like truly delusional because you just don't get it when you're not on the court. When you're on the court, it's a whole different situation. It's a whole different situation. So many things going on. It's a whole different situation. So like, yeah, like I think the bubble definitely counts because the NBA, just because you stay in a hotel doesn't mean you're not going to get sauced. If you beat somebody 7 games, it counts. Like it don't matter where it is, how it is. Like players are balling. Like the same rules affect everybody. It counts. Like players is balling. Basketball is a heck of a sport. yada yada. So those are the 4 pillars. Man, that's really it. I don't really have anything else to say. I just think the sports media has to stay in their lane sometimes, man. Sports media has to stay in their lane.